First at noon, new details after a system outage halted all domestic flight departures in the U.S. this morning. The Federal Aviation Administration has now lifted an order to ground all flights, but still thousands of flyers are dealing with ongoing delays. Want to take you now to a live look at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport and LAX in Los Angeles. There on the right, coast to coast, we've seen more than 14,000 delays today, and they are still climbing by the minute. More than 24,000 flights have been canceled. We have team coverage for you from Atlanta's airport. Let's lead things off with 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates. Bobeth, flights are trying to get back on track, but digging out a pretty deep hole of delays and cancellations.
A huge hole of delays, and security lines here are very short, so you can't tell, but there are thousands of passengers that are still in limbo here at Hartsfield-Jackson as the FAA's notice to air mission system went down. Now we're told that particular system distributes essential information to personnel about things like closed runways and runway hazards at airports across the country. And the outage caused more than 6,000 delays across the U.S., including here at Hartsfield. And the cause of the outage is still unclear, but the FBI says there is no evidence of a cyber attack. The outage frustrating, though, to passengers who are well aware of the recent problems at airports over the past few weeks.
I was worried it was going to keep going after everything that happened over the holidays with delays and then cancellations. And I'm flying solo with my 1-year-old, so being stuck in an airport sounds terrifying. But I am keeping my fingers crossed that Delta's got it together.
Now the president has requested that the FAA, the Department of Transportation, do a full investigation as to what caused this outage. Sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, good to know they've ruled out cyber attack, Bobeth. Let's check in now with Karis Belder. Karis, always a challenge when the dominoes fall in one city, let alone every airport in the country. You've been talking to more passengers dealing with it.
I have, and in fact, just before we came on air, I took a look at FlightAware. There are almost 700 delayed flights just here at the Atlanta airport, and the length of those delays ranges. One woman told me her flight's delayed an hour. A couple told me their flight has been delayed by 4 hours. And I want you to take a look at some of this video we shot earlier this morning. We're at one of the busiest airports in the country. This morning, not a single plane was moving on the tarmac. Some people only finding out about the delays and the glitch when they arrived to check in for their flights. The FAA initially didn't think they'd be able to resume departures until 9 a.m., but Atlanta was one of the few airports moving again even before that, around 8:15 this morning, because the air traffic backup had gotten so bad. I spoke with one woman who's headed to California. She told me she had a 9 a.m. flight and was worried the delay would cause her to miss her connection.
I'm flying with Spirit Airlines, and they told me basically that the flights are at a standstill right now, and they was just saying that hopefully they'll be back and running again, but they don't know for sure when it's going to be back running again.
And I've heard a range of things from customers. Some of them are confused, some of them are frustrated, but overall they're concerned because a lot of them still remember those mass flight cancellations that happened over the holidays. They're hoping the delays they're seeing now won't translate into cancellations later on.
No doubt. Understandable that they'd be thinking back to just a few weeks ago. Karis, thank you. We are going to continue to follow delays and cancellations for you as they're changing throughout the day. You can always find the latest developments online at 11alive.com.